What's up, everybody? It's your coach Jaron here with Forge. Now, today we're going to be going over the double kettlebell front squat. This is a natural progression from the goblet squat because, as you may have discovered, the goblet squat is limited in your ability to hold the load. When the bell gets too heavy, you're just simply limited by your biceps with how much weight you can hold out into this position. And even if you're holding the bell upside down, it's going to be dependent on how many kettlebells you have, how heavy they go, and still your ability to hold the weight out here. And that's where the double kettlebell front squat really shines. With two bells, we're able to double the amount of weight that we can lift. So if you have just one 32 kilogram kettlebell here, you're limited to about 70 pounds, which is a great exercise, but it limits the amount of load that we can place on the body. Double kettlebells solve this problem by allowing us to have a separate weight in each hand. The double kettlebell front squat is a great main movement if you don't have access to barbells, but it's also one of my favorite supplemental lifts if you do barbell training because it challenges the body in a way that a barbell simply cannot. You have two weights that are independently stuck to your body. That means both sides of the body are having to activate completely together and in complete unison to stabilize that load. This places a great demand not only on your core and trunk stability because the weight is out in front, but also on the muscles of your upper back and your scapular stability, because holding that weight in this position requires that your upper back be completely engaged. Otherwise, you're simply going to drop the bells forward. With regard to the actual mechanics on the squat, they're going to be the exact same as what we learned on the goblet squat progressions and even the barbell squat progressions. And that we need to be mindful of our rooting and our connection to the floor and of our bracing and our ability to maintain proper pelvis and rib cage alignment. The double kettlebell front squat allows you to squat deeper than you might be able to do with a barbell and heavier than you would be able to do with just the goblet squat alone. To perform the double kettlebell front squat, you're going to take a stance that leaves enough room for both bells to be between your feet. You're going to step back about 18 inches away from the kettlebells. Angle the bells in a V shape that points towards you, because to clean them up first off the ground, we have to hike them back into a double clean to get into position. Once we have them in position, we want to feel that tightness in through the upper back, set our brace, and then we can squat as normal. Allow the bells to settle, root, exhale, inflate to brace, and then squat down. When you're done with the lift, we're going to simply push the bells away into a backswing and set them down under control. When you're first learning the double kettlebell front squat, I suggest working with lower number of reps for a higher number of sets. Sets of anywhere from 3 to 5 reps work great and will allow you to build up the skill and technical proficiency without accumulating so much fatigue that your form breaks down. You could start with something like 5 sets of 5, work up to 10 sets of 5, 15 sets of 5, even 20 sets of 5 with a given weight. Once you accomplish that benchmark, then you can either go up in weight and repeat the cycle, or if you don't have any more weights, then you can go back down and work on sets of 8, 5 sets of 8, 10 sets of 8, etc. What this will do is allow you to make continued progress by increasing the time under tension and the volume over time, so that way you can get the most out of a limited number of weights. If you are on a standard barbell type training program, then these also make a great supplemental movement for you. It can be performed for standard set and rep schemes, such as 3 sets of 5, 5 sets of 5, 3 sets of 8, 3 sets of 10. This will allow you to get the most out of a limited number of weights and reap the benefits of adding the double kettlebell front squat into your training program.